friends, myself Pushpalata. Today I am going to teach you the standard 7 lesson number 6, that is measurement of physical quantities. Okay, so uh, here here you can observe some pictures. Okay, that some brinjals are there, then that spool of thread is there, then vegetable, leafy vegetable, milk, glass of milk, then golden ring, and some cloths. So how are the various articles and materials shown in the pictures measured? You know that how we can measure that each and every material. Okay, so here given physical quantity weight, that brinjals and similar vegetables are weighed in a gram and kilogram, we know that. Then for length, the spool of thread has thread which is measured in meter. Okay, now the physical quantity number, the bunch of leaf green vegetables measured in a number. Then physical quantity volume, that milk in glass or glass of milk which we measured that milk in liters. Okay, and then purity of gold is measured in carats. We know that 24 carats, 22 carats, we measure the gold in a carats. Then weight is measured in grams. Mass of diamond measured in carats, and the length of the cloth is measured in a meter. So that is the answer of that question. Now next is physical quantities. So physical quantities are measurable by an instrument or can be derived. Okay, then consist of numerical value and unit. It consists of numerical value and unit. Physical quantity is a physical property of a body or substance that can be measurable, quantified by measurement. Okay, for example of physical quantities are mass, then amount of substance, length, height, here electric current, light intensity, then force, velocity, density, and many others. For example, here given the length of stick, if you have to measure the length of stick, so length is a physical quantity. Then you have to measure a mass, then mass is the physical quantity. Then you have to measure a volume of water, that means volume is the physical quantity. Okay, so this is all about the physical quantities such as mass, weight, distance, speed, then temperature, volume are called as a physical quantity. Now next is there are two types of physical quantities, or two kinds of physical quantities, that is scalar quantity and a vector quantity. A scalar quantity has only magnitude, okay, and a vector quantity has magnitude and direction both. Okay, so distance, speed, mass is the example of the scalar quantity, that means these are the scalar quantities, and displacement, velocity, weight, acceleration, these are the vector quantities. For example, if you have to measure the length of the tunnel is 2 kilometer. Okay, so 2 kilometer is the magnitude which having the particular value and the unit, so that is called magnitude. But in vector quantity it has a magnitude and direction. For example, here a displacement of 20 kilometers towards the north, that means here given the direction towards the north means direction, and 20 kilometers, 20 is the value and kilometer is the unit. Magnitude means what? Which express the both value and the unit. Hence a quantity which shows the magnitude and direction, these are the vector quantities, and the magnitude that can be completely expressed by only its magnitude, these are the scalar quantities. So this is the scalar quantity and the vector quantity. Now next is magnitude. As before that I explained what is magnitude. So every physical quantity has a magnitude, that means they are showing the numbers, that means value and unit. that is measured in, means what, 20 kilometers. 20 means 20 is the value and kilometer is the unit of that 20. Okay, that means 20 value, kilometer means unit. So this is the magnitude. Here one again example is given. If we say that weight is 10 kg, that means 10 is the value and kg is the unit used to express the magnitude of that physical quantity, which what is that, weight. Okay, so this is the if 20 kilometer is that, that means which is the physical quantity, is the distance. Okay, so this is all about the magnitude. Next is mass. Mass, the amount of matter present in a substance, is called mass. Okay, so amount of matter which is present in the substance is called mass. The standard unit of mass is kilogram. Okay. That means we measure the mass in kilogram or gram. The international system, in international system, matter has inertia, which is a, inertia means what, it is a natural tendency to resist the change in its state. So that is the inertia. So matter has inertia, which is a natural tendency to resist a change in its state. So mass is a qualitative measure of the inertia of an object. That means what, if greater the inertia, larger the mass. Okay, so mass is what, scalar quantity, not a vector quantity, because here if the 10 kg, kg means here not given any direction. 10 kg means what, only given magnitude. So mass is the scalar quantity. Now next, there is the weight. The gravitational force by which the earth attracts on an object towards the center, attracts an object towards the center, is called the weight of the object. That means anything which is fall on the earth, that means that attracts by the earth with the help of gravitational force, and that force nothing but the weight of that particular object. Okay, you know the experiment that apple are fallen down from the tree, fall down from the tree. That means that apple attract towards the earth, towards the ground, with the help of that gravitational force acts on that apple. So that is the weight of that object. So weight is a vector quantity. Okay, because he goes downwards, he always acts downwards. That means they are given the direction. Hence the magnitude and direction is given there. That means the weight is the vector quantity. The mass of an object will never change, but the weight of an atom can change based on its location. Masses does not change, but weight can change according to their location. In the United States, we usually measure weight in pounds, but in physics, when we are describing the weight as a force, it is generally measured in newtons, which is abbreviated as capital N, and weight is equal to mass into gram. Okay, that means mg. Weight is equal to mg, mass into gram. Gram nahi, mass into gravity. Gravity, that means gravitational force acts on that object. Therefore, here given gravity, mass into gravity. So force is there. Therefore, the unit is Newton. That is capital N, and weight is equal to mg. Now, do you know our body has weight because of gravitational force of the earth? Okay, we are on the earth. That means on our body there acts some force, that is gravitational force. The gravitational force of the moon being less, our weight will turn out to be less there. Our mass, however, is the same at the both the places. Okay, if the mass are same at both the places, that means on moon and on earth, but weight are different because due to the acting of gravitational force. Here on earth there is the gravitational force is as compared to the moon here is large. Therefore the weight of our body on the moon is less. Okay. Now standardized measurement. Standardized measurement here, it is not scientifically correct to measure the physical quantities without any standard method. Okay. We know that we use our hand span for measuring. In ancient time we used our hand span for measuring clothes, for measuring the length of any material. Okay. But nowadays there is a need of that standardized measurement. Hence, to keep uniformity of measurement, a standardized measurement methods have to be followed. For accurate and standard measurement, every physical quantity is measured in a specific standard unit. We know that every physical quantity there is the unit for that physical quantity. Suppose if we take mass, kilogram and gram is the unit. Okay. If you take the length, meter and kilometer is the unit. Okay. Now if you take the any liquid material, the liter, okay, is the unit. So for accurate and standard measurement, every physical quantity is measured in a specific standard unit. For example, here given length is always measured in unit of meter. So suppose the span of hand is accepted as the unit of measuring length. If we suppose the measuring hand span, our hand span is the unit of measuring length. With this unit we can measure a length of cloths as 2 hand span, 3 hand span and so on. However, the lengths of the clothes measured by each one of us will come out to be different. That means my hand span is larger, so I measure the more cloths. Then your hand span is smaller than my hand span. That means what? The measurement is there different. So from this we can say that hand span cannot be a standard unit for measuring the length, and therefore we need a appropriate standardized measurement for measuring. Okay. Now next is here importance of standardized measurement. Standard unit of measurement provides a reference point by which objects of weight, length or capacity can be described. Although measurement is important part of everyday life, kids do not automatically understand that there are many different ways to measure things. That means what is given in the first point, standard unit of measurement provides a reference point by which objects of weight, length or capacity can be described. That means with the help of standard unit we can measure anything, or we can measure weight, we can measure length or capacity of that particular object. Now although measurement is an important part of everyday life, kids don't automatically understand that there are many different ways to measure things. If suppose there is only one unit for measurement or for measuring in our life, so the kids do not understand, or you and me also not understand how to measure or many different things by many different ways. Okay. So a standard unit of measurement is a quantifiable language that helps everyone understand the association of the object with the measurement. Okay. So this is all about importance of standard measurement. Now next is the prevailing system of measurement. So here given the current system, prevailing means what? The current system of measurement. These are two types of system or two systems are there, MKS and CGS. MKS stands for meter, kilogram and second. Okay, MKS system is the system of units based on measuring lengths in meter, mass in kilograms and time in second. CGS system is the system of units based on measuring lengths in centimeter, mass in gram, uh, time in second. In MKS system of measurement, distance, mass and time are the accepted as the fundamental quantities. These three quantities are based to measure all other quantities. So here given mass, distance, time, speed as the physical quantity, and what are the units of their MKS and CGS system. Mass in MKS system, the kilogram, and CGS system, gram is the unit. Then for distance, meter, centimeter. For physical quantity, time, second and second. Then speed, that is distance upon time. We measure the speed, distance upon time. At what timing, how much distance you pass. Okay, so that is we measure, and that from this we can measure the speed, and the unit for that meter per second, and in CGS centimeter per second. So this is about the prevailing system of measurement. Now fundamental quantities. Fundamental quantities means what? The quantities for which the standardized unit can be decided, okay, are called as the fundamental quantities. For example, mass, they are decided the unit, that is kilogram and gram. For distance, they are decided the unit, what? Mass, meter and centimeter. Then time, second. Okay, so these are the fundamental quantities. There is a fundamental unit of each quantity, and this fundamental unit is available to all. There are 7 fundamental quantities which are we discuss in the next point. Okay, that is in international system of unit in that. So next point is standard of fundamental quantities. International Bureau of Weights and Measures, that is BIPM, international organization founded to bring about the unification of measurement system to establish and preserve fundamental international standards and prototypes, to verify national standards and to determine fundamental physical constant. So here BIPM is the bureau in that. Here the fundamental international standards and prototypes, and to verify the different national standards, and to determine the fundamental physical constant. Here the working, or we can say the म्हणजे काय की या संस्थेमध्ये ते पूर्णपणे बघितलं जातं. What here? The unification of measurement system to establish and preserve fundamental international standards and prototypes, and to verify national standards and to determine fundamental physical constant. The bureau was established by a convention signed in Paris on May 20, 1875. So this bureau is established in May 20, 1875. Basic to the whole idea of weight and measures are the concept of uniformity, units and standards. So this is all about the standard of fundamental quantities. Now in that, what a unit is the name of a quantity such as kilogram. A standard is the physical or visible form of a unit, such as platinum iridium cylinder kept by the International Bureau of Weights and Measures as Paris as the standard kilogram. As a standard of mass, a solid cylinder made up of platinum and iridium alloy is kept in an International Bureau of Weights and Measures at Paris. Okay, as per the international agreement, this mass is called as a 1 kilogram. Official accurate copies of this prototype are kept in the standardizing institutes and laboratories all over the world. Now second is the International Bureau of Weights and Measures in 1889 established the international prototype meters as the distance between two lines on a standard bar of 90% platinum and 10% iridium. Means what? The two fine lines are engraved on a platinum iridium bar kept in an International Bureau of Measurement, Weights and Measure at Paris. The distance between these two lines is accepted as a standard meter, that means standard unit as a meter. Accurate copies of these prototypes are made and distributed all over the world in laboratories and the institutes. Now next is the time required for, this is all given about, first is for mass, then second point is related about the meter, that means distance, and the third point, that means the time. These are only fundamental quantities, and that only given here, how the standards of the fundamental quantities. The time required for one revolution of the earth is measured by means of accurate device. This time is taken as 24 hours to standardize 1 second. So 1 hour is considered to have a 60 minutes and 1 minute is the 60 second. Okay, here only given all about the standards of the fundamental quantity. Now next is the major causes of errors in measurement. Before that we discuss about the international system of units. The international system of units is the modern form of a metric system and is the most widely used system of measurement, that is SI system. Okay, metric system is the international system of units based on 7 fundamental units. This is also called as the system international, that is SI unit. It is currently used all over the world. So here given the units, that 7 units are fundamental units, that is second, kilogram, mole, cadmium, then Kelvin, ampere, and the mass. Let us see which are that 7 fundamental units. Kg, kilogram, quantity, mass. That means mass, the kg is the unit of mass. Then meter is the unit of length. Second is the unit of time. Kelvin is the unit of temperature. Then candela is the unit of luminous intensity, that CAD, CD, and ampere is the unit of electric current, and mole is the unit of amount of substance. So these are the 7 basic units, that is fundamental units. Now next is the major causes of errors in measurement. First is the not using the appropriate device. For measurement, if you not use the appropriate device for that particular measurement, so there is causes the error. And second is the not using the device properly. That means you have to master for using that device properly for measuring anything. For example, you have to measure your suppose length, okay, of a table. So you have to measure the length by using a scale or by using a tape. If you don't know how to use that tape for measurement, that means what, there causes a error for that measurement, in that measurement. Okay, so these are the 2 errors in measurement. Now do you know, during the rainy season you might have heard, seen and read news regarding how much water is collecting in the dam, how much water is being released, and about the present stock of the water in the dam. Do you know that following are the, that means here given some terms in this connection. So 1 TMC means what? 1000 million cubic feet. And 1 cubic foot means what? 28.317 liters. And 1 TMC is equal to 2831,684,659 liters. That means what? About 28.317 thousand million liters. So here given the unit for measuring the stock of water in the dam, okay, or how much raining is there. So we have to use that units for measuring this. Here we finish this lesson. Now next one is your homework. Question number 1, you have to write that homework in your HW. Question number 1 is explain giving examples, scalar quantity, vector quantity. Then question number 2, explain prevailing system of measurement. And question number 2 is write the 2 major causes of errors in measurement. Okay, here we finish the lesson. Thank you.